Spring 2007 Dubai. Security officer Hassan al-Mazroui has 15 seconds before his world shatters. A silver Mercedes S-Class screams backward through the shopping center entrance at 105 km/h. Glass erupts everywhere. A jagged piece whistles past his throat, missing his artery by 3 centimeters. Before he can process it, a second Mercedes charges forward. 2 figures in tactical gear explode from the doors. One shoves a weapon in Hassan's face while destroying displays filled with $850,000 in timepieces. His partner calls the time 90 seconds, 60, 30. At 0, they disappear with $3.6 million. Many others across the world won't be as fortunate. But here's what keeps Interpol awake at night. These aren't ordinary thieves. They're ex-Balkan military commandos who've already struck 250 locations, accumulated $395 million, and executed anyone who broke their code. The world knows them as the Pink Panthers. Across 2 decades, they'll make fools of every police agency on the planet, break out of fortress prisons, and vanish with close to $500 million in jewels. The craziest part? Some are still out there, identities unknown, possibly planning their next move. Who built this unstoppable machine, and why couldn't the world's best catch them? Winter 1995, Belgrade. The war's over, but Dragan Mitrovic still sees the faces, not the living ones, the dead. 19 enemy combatants he eliminated on covert missions. Names he discovered later in intelligence files. Kids, really. With families who light candles and cry years later. Mitrovic meets 6 other survivors in a downtown cafe. They're from Serbia's 63rd Airborne Battalion, so classified that official records claim it never existed. The state promised them 52 million dinars in compensation. Those payments are never coming. The budget vanished. They're ghosts. In the next 5 hours, someone here will propose an idea that births a criminal enterprise worth $500 million. Milos Jovanovic breaks the silence. In wartime, he breached fortified positions in 90 seconds with Soviet explosives. Now he arranges products on grocery shelves for $125 monthly. Beside him sits Olivera Čirković, not military, but Yugoslavia's 1991 basketball champion. 6 feet of calculated athleticism who smuggled critical supplies through enemy lines by charming border guards. Today, she scrubs floors in tourist rentals. These aren't just struggling veterans. They're specialists in infiltration, demolition, surveillance, and silent elimination. They master 14 methods to neutralize a target without sound. They're about to learn these skills have serious commercial value in jewelry theft. But first, someone must speak the words that transform warriors into criminals. Mitrovic spreads a napkin and sketches with a pen. Belgrade to Vienna, 570 kilometers, 6 border crossings, 4 police jurisdictions. He knows this precisely. He ran weapons along this route 47 times during combat operations. Vienna's Kohlmarkt district holds 19 high-end jewelry establishments within 250 meters. Combined inventory exceeding 420 million euros. Police response averages 4.5 minutes. But here's the number that changes everything. The average Serbian commando earned $40,200 for 4 years of risking death. The average Vienna jewelry vault contains $380,000 to $450,000 in portable merchandise. One successful job equals 100 military careers. The math of crime versus combat becomes impossible to ignore. February 1999. Their first operation. Jovanovic tests himself on a modest Belgrade shop, drilling through the rear wall at 2:47 a.m., cleaning out $51,000 in gold chains. 0 evidence left behind. March 2000. Mitrovic brings in 2 former Montenegrin operators to hit a Podgorica diamond wholesaler, extracting $127,000 using surplus military tear gas. Total time, 4 minutes. By December 2001, they've assembled 39 battle-hardened operatives across Serbia, Montenegro, and Bosnia. Every recruit faces identical entry requirements. Steal $10,000 in merchandise without weapons, without triggering alarms, without leaving traces, Pass and you're in. Fail and you're out permanently. They establish 3 unbreakable laws. Law 1. Never cooperate with authorities, not during questioning, not under torture, not for lighter sentences. Law 2. Never abandon an injured teammate. Everyone extracts or nobody does. Law 3. Never operate in the Balkans. That's home and you don't poison your own water. They name this foundation Zavet, the sacred oath. Violation brings death, but not the quick kind. First, they destroy your reputation, then they threaten your family. Finally, when you're begging, they end it. May 2003, London, Graf Diamonds. This is where they transform from skilled criminals into living legends. But 23 minutes before execution, disaster nearly strikes. Their disguise specialist, Bogdan Maric, from Belgrade's National Theater, recognizes one operative as his cousin. He threatens to alert authorities. They offer $110,000. He refuses. They press a gun to his head. He laughs. I survived Srebrenica. You think I fear bullets? Finally, they threaten something worse. They'll expose photographs of his relationship with a male colleague, destroying his marriage and career in conservative Serbia. Maric applies the disguises: latex nose prosthetics, silicone cheek implants sophisticated enough to defeat facial recognition systems that won't exist for 8 more years. The second operative wears no disguise, his real face, because he's never been arrested, photographed, or fingerprinted anywhere on Earth. He's invisible to every database. They enter wielding Zastava pistols, speaking calm, accented English. Nobody moves, nobody gets injured. 4 minutes, 19 seconds. 47 specific items worth $23.4 million. Not random grabs, but precise targeting from a memorized list. The cobalt diamond ring alone, $520,000. The pink diamond necklace, $3.7 million. They know exactly which cases contain maximum value because an inside source, a Serbian cleaning woman, has been mapping inventory for 6 weeks, photographing during her night shifts. 4 weeks later, French police grab Jovanovic in Marseille, hidden in luxury face cream, the $520,000 diamond, a concealment method lifted directly from the Pink Panther films. The media instantly brands them with that cinematic name. But names are dangerous. They inspire imitators. Within 6 months, 47 European robberies claim Panther methodology. The real organization, meanwhile, is planning something that'll make London look like a warm-up. Because if stealing $23 million made them famous, what happens when they target $42 million? And more importantly, what happens when trained killers realize crime pays better than war? March 2004, Tokyo's Ginza district. 4 Serbian operators in $3,200 Armani suits enter Le Supreme Diamant at 2:18 p.m. Local customer Yuki Tanaka spots one detail. Despite the expensive tailoring, they're all wearing military-grade tactical boots. 37 seconds later, she understands why. The lead operative produces a CS gas canister, Serbian military surplus, capable of incapacitating 30 people in enclosed spaces. The gas saturates the boutique in 4.4 seconds. Staff collapse, retching. Through the toxic fog, the team operates with gas masks hidden under their jackets. They ignore $2.1 million in Rolex inventory, $3.3 million in gold, $5.4 million in accessible diamonds. They want one specific item: the Kazuki Imperial Tiara commissioned by Emperor Hirohito in 1934, containing a 47-carat pink diamond that survived the Nagasaki atomic bomb, value $37 million. They know it's in the rear vault. They know the combination. They know because they paid a Yakuza-connected employee $55,000 for information 3 months earlier. August 2005, Saint-Tropez. Temperature, 30-36 degrees. The streets are so jammed that emergency vehicles can't penetrate. The Panthers have calculated every variable. Pedestrian traffic peaks at 420 per minute at 2:26 p.m. Police response stretches to 16 minutes. They've tested this 14 times with hidden cameras and stopwatches. But here's what their calculations missed. 8-year-old Sophie Dubois stands directly behind the window they're about to ram with a stolen Peugeot. One moment, she's asking her mother for strawberry ice cream. Next, she's airborne. Her skull fractures against a marble column. Blood spreads across the floor around her pink sandals. She'll survive, barely, after 13 hours of emergency surgery and 4 months in a coma. Meanwhile, 93 seconds of systematic looting yields 127 luxury watches worth $2.9 million. But here's the genius. They don't flee toward congested main roads where police converge. They sprint 220 meters to the marina where a Zodiac Milpro speedboat waits, capable of 75 knots. By the time gendarmes reach the waterfront, the team's in international waters beyond French jurisdiction. December 2005, Geneva. Temperature, -7 degrees 6. Dense fog reduces visibility to 30 meters. The Panthers chose this day because Swiss police patrol patterns shift in bad weather. Foot patrols drop 63%. Response times increase by 5 minutes. 4 operatives on Ducati motorcycles, $32,000 each. Strike Antiquorum's vintage collection. The Hall. 1920s, Patek Philippe, watches collectively worth $1.9 million. Escape route? Through Parc des Bastions, where motorcycles navigate narrow paths, but police BMW patrol vehicles can't follow. Total time from robbery to international border crossing, 9 minutes. By 2008, the Panthers have completed 240 confirmed operations, stolen $394 million, and Interpol publicly admits something humiliating. We don't actually know how many members exist. Estimates range from 180 to 850 active participants. They operate in autonomous cells of 4 to 7, each knowing only immediate contacts. Identical to intelligence agency compartmentalization, if one cell falls, the network survives. Copycat gangs adopt the Panther brand while violating every principle, murdering guards, targeting family-owned stores, operating intoxicated. The real organization faces a choice. Let their reputation deteriorate through amateur association, or enforce brand monopoly through systematic violence. The decision they make transforms them from thieves into something far more dangerous. How many bodies accumulate before their brand is secured? And what happens when Panthers start hunting Panthers? February 2008, Monaco. The Panthers unveil revolutionary tactics, the proxy strike system. Instead of veterans risking capture abroad, they recruit unemployed Serbian youth, train them 7 weeks in abandoned Belgrade factories, then deploy them for single missions. The Monte Carlo operation uses 4 rookies, aged 18-23, who've never left Serbia. They memorize 37 French phrases phonetically, rehearse the robbery 217 times on a full-scale warehouse replica, learn to hotwire 4 motorcycle models in under 40 seconds. Compensation: $55,000 each upon success. Alternative for betrayal: a bullet. The robbery extracts $2.1 million. Rookies arrested within 68 hours by Monaco police, but they know nothing about handlers except encrypted code names. August 2009, London. Graph diamonds, again. This time, zero subtlety. A black Bentley Continental GT, $156,000. Accelerates directly through Graph's reinforced window at ramming speed. 2 operatives leap out, firing handguns at the ceiling, not to injure, but to create psychological panic. While customers scream and dive, the robbers execute with stopwatch precision. Among the haul, the Wittelsbach Graph diamond, a 31-carat blue diamond with 370 years documented history, $17.2 million as a single piece. The getaway reveals evolution: 3 identical Bentleys pre-positioned throughout London. As the first speeds away, the others create false trails for police helicopters. The real robbers switch vehicles 3 times in 7 minutes, each transition in CCTV blind spots mapped months ahead. But success breeds dangerous complacency. Younger Panthers, intoxicated by easy wealth and social media fame, begin making catastrophic errors. March 2010 in Cannes, a Panther forgets his loaded pistol on the counter. June 2010 in Milan. Robbers abandon a gym bag with their real passports. September 2011 in Geneva. A thief removes his mask early, giving Swiss cameras perfect facial capture. Generational divide creates fractures. Veterans like Mitrovic enforce traditional rules through brutal violence. Two young Panthers who cooperated with interrogations are found shot execution-style in rural Montenegro, a message about betrayal. But organizational discipline deteriorates. By 2012, Panthers are less unified army, more loose confederation of cells claiming the brand while ignoring the sacred code. How long before one makes the mistake that collapses everything? May 2012, Athens. Two Panthers in obvious synthetic wigs conduct surveillance on a Cartier boutique at 3 p.m. Passing officer Dimitrios Giannopoulos recognizes the pattern from an Interpol alert. Two-person teams, one checking exits while another counts cameras. When Giannopoulos approaches, the Panthers run. The chase covers 850 meters through Athens' Plaka district's narrow ancient streets. Cornered in a dead-end alley, one Panther, later identified as Alexander Stojakovic, shoots Giannopoulos in the shoulder. The bullet misses his heart by 3 centimeters. This crosses a line the original Panthers never did: attempted murder of law enforcement. Arrests include Olivera Čirković, former basketball champion turned criminal coordinator. Greek authorities transfer her to Korydallos prison, maximum security. July 2012, 1:52 a.m. A man claiming to deliver art supplies enters Korydallos through a security guard he's bribed with $55,000. Using chloroform stolen from a veterinary clinic, he incapacitates 2 additional guards. Čirković walks out the main entrance in a stolen guard uniform, boards a waiting motorcycle, disappears into Athens' labyrinth. Greek police chief Christos Papoutsis resigns 3 days later. Čirković remains free 891 days, traveling on 8 counterfeit passports, conducting robberies in Spain, France, Switzerland. Finally apprehended in 2015, carrying diamonds worth $320,000 sewn into her jacket's lining. Switzerland's prison system, supposedly impenetrable, becomes the Panthers' next target. May 2013, Orbe Prison. An armored truck stolen from a cash transport company crashes through the main gate at 88 km/h. 7 men armed with Kalashnikov rifles fire approximately 220 rounds at guard towers, forcing officers to take cover. During chaos, 2 Panthers, Milan Poparic and Adrian Albrecht, scale the perimeter fence using lightweight aluminum ladders. They escape in 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Ballistic analysis of recovered bullets matches weapons from 14 different Panther robberies. The message is clear: prison walls are meaningless to men who've breached military installations. The escapes become legendary, inspiring a Netflix documentary and 4 Hollywood developments. But they also trigger Interpol's Operation Pink, largest jewelry theft task force in history. 200 detectives, 127 countries, $11 million budget. By December 2015, the operation identifies 870 suspected Panthers, arrests 380, recovers $78 million in stolen merchandise. The network fragments under pressure. Some cooperate for reduced sentences, others vanish completely. Dragan Mitrovic reportedly resides in Morocco under diplomatic protection, having invested stolen millions into legitimate businesses. The final accounting: $552 million stolen, $479 million still missing. The diamonds have been professionally recut, renamed, absorbed into legitimate markets, indistinguishable from legal merchandise. December 2018, Dubai. The final confirmed Panther operation occurs in Dubai, same city where their legend exploded 11 years earlier. Men strike a Rolex boutique using classic smash and grab. The take, $1.5 million, but something's fundamentally different. Execution is amateur. One robber drops his phone, another leaves fingerprints. Within 7 hours, Dubai police arrest all 3. They're Serbian nationals, aged 20-25, claiming Panther membership. But surviving original Panthers disown them entirely. The true architects of this two-decade criminal empire, the men who embarrassed Interpol, escaped fortress prisons, vanished with $500 million, they're still out there. Some living comfortably in countries without extradition. Some having undergone plastic surgery to permanently alter appearances. Some having died quietly, identities never discovered. But the legend persists, and somewhere, perhaps in Morocco or Montenegro or Monaco, a veteran of the Balkan Wars sits in a cafe, watching the world pass, knowing he accomplished the impossible. He beat the system, he won, and he's still free.